Hello, y'all. This is Marianne Pack, your host. I am a spiritual guide into all of your life's transformation. And today I have a guest with us, and her name is Manda Stack, my dear friend.
Hey,
Welcome,
hi, Marie.
Manda.
Thank you.
I am so glad you're here with us. And we're going to talk a little bit about, she has a subject of how to hear, trust, and act on our inner knowing, that intuition message that we get. So I'm going to jump right in and ask her a little bit about that, whatever she wants to tell us.
Yeah, so I would invite anyone who's listening to think about a time when you had an intuitive knowing about something but did not act on it, chose to do something different, and it didn't turn out well. So I think we've all had situations like that at least once. Yes, raising all of our hands, right? So, right. And then I invite you to think about a time when you had an inner knowing and you chose to act on it and it was the right decision, it turned out in hindsight. And hopefully we've all had some of those experiences too. So, my passion is helping people to really learn how to access their inner wisdom. Sometimes people say things to me like, "Oh, I wish I could be intuitive like you." But the thing is, everybody has the capability to do it. It's just that a lot of people have lost connection with it or have outgrown it. As children, we all have it, but through different messages we get, we kind of put it off on the shelf. And, it's not something, intuition is not something that is talked about or affirmed. And so I'm here to help you reconnect with it, use it, and watch your life flow.
Do you think people are a little bit more, starting to be a little bit more sensitive to their intuition? I mean, it seems like I see
Yeah.
a little bit more chatter
Yeah.
on social media about intuition and business gurus and different, I seem to see it in a few more places than I used to.
Yeah, I would agree. I've observed a growing conversation about it, people using the word intuition more freely without kind of like intuition,
Right. Ooh,
um,
that's woo woo.
right. Ooh, yeah, but claiming it and owning it as a legitimate part of who they are and how they operate in the world. It used to be that words like intuition or soul, or inner guidance, it wasn't talked about very much out in the open. But I agree with you. I've seen more and more people talking about it. I think there's a growing interest in it, and people seem to want to learn more about it.
I do too. I and I think maybe even with the sensitivity towards taking quiet time, pausing or meditating, you know, because of course our intuition never screams at us. So it's always in that still small voice. So, do you have even one little nugget that you can share that would maybe help people understand what is that knowing? What are you talking about? A knowing? Is it a what kind of feeling do people usually get when they tell you they're finally tapping into their intuition?
Oh, well, first I cheer them on. Yay, tapping into your intuition. And people receive their intuition in different ways. And in my experience, it's usually through one of the five senses. So, some people see things in their inner mind. Some people hear things like a little word or message. Some people have like a real visceral physical sensation, like a sinking feeling if it's something that they shouldn't do, or an uplifting feeling in the stomach, or somewhere in their body, like a sensation. So, and some people have a combination of those ways of receiving intuition. And you're right, Marianne, it really does have to do with embodiment and being able to be quiet and provide a space for your inner knowing to talk to you and let you know what's going on.
I like that. I like that being sensitive, that it can even be, it's one of your senses, or maybe multiple senses that you get. Um, because I know for me, there's times when I feel like I'm getting a message from my intuition that it's I envision things, or even, animal spirits come to me.
Mhm.
I'll see just a vision of a deer, or whatever it happened to be. And when I go and read the message about that, then it's like the light bulb comes on. Oh yes, this is what I need at this moment. So, I know, and there's thoughts that I download. So yeah, I definitely can see that we all have this different way of
Mhm.
tuning into that intuition. And we're going to talk more about this in the upcoming show that we'll have. So what kind of is some new things that you are into right now? What's some exciting things that are happening for you?
Yeah, well, I'm experiencing that we really need help to be able to tune into our intuition, especially if we're new at it. If you are interested in growing your intuition, the best way to do that is to connect with other people who can help you hear that.
Mhm.
And group energy, when you're together in groups, whether it's in person or virtual, is a great way to do that. I've been running Spirit Circle, which is an online virtual experience for people to come in and really get a message for themselves for that time. And so I'm excited about helping people learn how to hear their own intuition. And I'm an intuitive myself, and so I can offer that for other people. I can get information for them. And my real passion is giving people the tools so that they can access their intuition anytime they want to.
Yes. And I love that. It's not that when we coach with people, it's always so that they can in end up doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
Not that they need another outside person, but that they have it within themselves. And I love that. And I have to say, y'all, I was just with Amanda when for her spirit circle this month. So it was great energy. It was such a good time to tune in and spend a week in between the two calls, with my inner knowing, with my intuition, and receive some messages. But her leadership through that spirit circle was so profound. And even being in that group, like she said, group energy is different from one-on-one coaching, because you're receiving the beneficial energy of whoever's in the group. And there were things that the other ladies said within the group that made a profound effect on me. It made me start thinking about something that was applicable for my life. So it opens your eyes a lot more to different things that are coming up for you that maybe you were a little bit blinded to, or you hadn't even thought about yet. And it gives you another spark to think about. So definitely, I posted her website here, and it's also in her name, mydivineintuition.com. So it's easy to go look at Manda's website and really consider participating in a spirit circle, because she does these every month. Isn't that right?
That's right. Once a month on the second and third Monday of every month.
And then you give people a week to work
There's
on
a week in
something.
between that's a real potent time of hearing information, getting messages. It's a great time.
I love that. I love that. So as we're getting ready to close out, I want to announce for our Coffee and Convo Live. That's what this live announcement is for. And it is Sunday morning, the 22nd. And we'll be right back here on Mary Ann Pack Coaching on Facebook, and also on my YouTube channel, Mary Ann Pack. So I want to thank you, Manda, for sharing your morning with us. And we look forward to Sunday morning's Coffee and Convo Live. And do you have any little parting word you would like to share with us?
Oh, well, Marianne, I'm so excited for our longer conversation, and I would welcome people to come and ask questions. I'm gonna share some of the most common questions I get
Oh,
about intuition, and if you have any questions at that time, please let us know, and we'll have a great conversation.
yeah, you're welcome to continue to post, even if you watch this and the replay. Be sure if you have questions, post your question on this page because I'll get those to Manda so that she makes sure she addresses your question. Or if you need to, private message me and I'll make sure that Manda gets the questions. So we love you all. Thank you, Manda, for being our guest. And we're looking forward to Sunday's Coffee and Convo Live. We'll
Thank
talk to
you,
you then.
Marianne.
Bye bye.